Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have the USS Camden Lossproof Zippo lighter that we returned to the Zippo repair clinic to have the hinge repaired. It appears to me as though there are no new weld marks. In other words, the repair seems to have been completely made by replacing the pin that forms the loss-proof loop of the lighter. They also replaced the lanyard, which I am thrilled about. I assume that they put the identification barcode on the lid on this one in order not to possibly gum up the engraving on the bottom of the case. You can see the lanyard is very securely fastened around that loop, and then the other end is fashioned into a loop of its own so that you will have options as far as attaching it to something else. I'm going to go ahead and peel this off and place it in a Ziploc bag just like we did the one yesterday, the 1965 brushed chrome that came back at the same time as this one. And because that warning sticker is stuck to that paper identification sticker, I'm just going to go ahead and leave them attached rather than risk having frayed paper that I'm trying to save. This way I'll just stick it all together. If I can get it all off in one piece, then I will just stick it in to that Ziploc bag straight enough, square enough, and it should be just fine riding in there. I've just about decided that I'm not going to sell this lighter anyway. I'm definitely going to use it right now. I have used it as I speak. It is engraved Happy Birthday on the back of the bottom case. Here you can see the little bit oversized Ziploc that I'm using. That's about a 2x3, something like that. Those fit the little bubble cushion sleeves that I put lighters in when I mail them. There you can see the barcode on the wall back there from the one that came off the lighter that Gavin Lanyard gave me. So this will come in really handy, and I may not be the most drop prone person or prone to losing my lighter, but it does happen. So we'll just see what it's like here. See, you can loop that inside itself to put it on a button of a garment maybe, or maybe over a sleeve. Other options, you could run the entire lanyard through a hole like a buttonhole and then run the lighter back through it. So now we're going to see exactly, and that hinge is pretty stiff in certain positions. It may be a little bit looser than I had envisioned, but certainly no looser than brand new Zippo lighters that I have received in the last year or so. So I'm happy with that. Definitely happy to move forward with it, not having had further scarring from having to be re-welded, and the hinge seems stiff enough, tight enough as it needs to be with this particular pin or lanyard loop holding it all together. This lighter shows plenty of blemishes just like that 1965 brushed chrome does. I'm going to take this brand new H21, so last year's insert, what they included in there. I'm going to go ahead and take that out, set it aside, and I'm going to replace it in this lighter with the one that I use most often, which came out of my etched leaf, 5-sided, 4-sided, whatever it's called, etched canvas leaf design, which it fit right in there as it should, and strikes right up. I don't know, I'm not particularly fond of anyone named Karen, especially anyone with that spelling. So me carrying this lighter may be a little bit like Jack White singing Jolene, but I'm going to do it anyway. That worked out okay for Jack. I didn't measure the lanyard, but I'd say it's a good probably foot long. I don't know if they make these up each one, if they just have like the cord and the clamps to make them, because if you cut it off, you're going to need a clamp to cut it back or to connect it back. It's very nice though, with a lot of character. I don't know that there were women stationed on ships in 1980. Could have been. I was never in the military, so I'm somewhat ignorant of some of that stuff. But whoever had it engraved also apparently had it engraved Happy Birthday. I don't know if that was to Karen or from Karen, but either way, it is going to be in my pocket now. And there you can see the movement in that hinge. And if you remember the video where we talked about this lighter before, when I originally got it, that hinge was as loose as any Zippo that I've ever had that was still connected. So I'm thrilled with it. I'm very happy with the experience that I had sending these two lighters back to Zippo to get them repaired. And I think it's very cool that they replaced the lanyard loop, make it still usable in that sense, rather than just being a paperweight or a pocket lighter that has a loop that is not being used. This way I can still use it for its designed purpose. So this lighter is going to be at least as long as I'm wearing a jacket here for the next couple of weeks, however long it takes for summer to finally get here. I'm going to have this attached to the loop of my pocket of my jacket, use it, and we'll see how it goes. Until next time.